Oh ho everyone, this is me, Dusty Circuit here, to bring you another Kerbal Space Program video. And today we're picking up where we left off with our mission to, the lava planet, Annheg and the Allrack, binary star system, which is part of the, Kakabo Planet Pack mod. And we left off with kind of with us just making it all the way out here with with my spaceship that I've designed for this mission, and also we just kind of just getting into a low orbit around Anneheg and kind of doing a bit of science, more just for the sake of showing off the science definitions than anything else. And at this point, we're pretty much ready to detach our lander and actually land on this this planet. So let's actually do that, shall we? Okay, what I'm doing is just altering my trajectory to actually try to land where I would like to land. Just maybe around like here or maybe up there. So where I'd like to land is maybe somewhere where it's like where Allrack A is like just at the horizon, or maybe a little above it. Okay, so we're now starting our actual landing sequence about now, which is we're really just to kill all of our horizontal speed, and then just kind of just feather our engine to actually come in for a really soft landing on the surface. And I'm also going to have to do kind of go like this a bit in order to counteract for gravity pulling us down. And the question is, well, do I want to land there or over there? Well, I think it looks like we might be able to go there with the rate that we're decelerating. Or I mean, we might overshoot it a little bit. And I've also, in between this video and the last video, looked at like how to actually configure the parallax 2.0 terrain scatters, like so, like actually like how to turn off the collisions and how it actually works is you have like it gives you options like it uses what's called collision levels, which basically like determines which objects are collidable or not. Like you can choose it to where everything is collidable, like even like foliage, and nothing but like the really biggest objects are collidable, or if you don't want any collisions at all, you can turn it off entirely. And I've opted for making everything but the largest objects not collidable. And hopefully this will make my landing on here a bit easier. Yeah, I want to maybe throttle back on my engine quite a bit because we only have so much fuel left and we need to get to the surface. Now I've deployed a couple of my radiators to kind of help, help with heat, because I've found this engine really has a tendency to overheat. At least on this planet, probably because it's really hot here. Though I have no idea if these radiators break if you break off if you like during the forces of landing. So I guess I'll retract them now. I really wanted to avoid that happening, my landing leg breaking off, well, the foot breaking off. So I guess I'm gonna attempt this again. Hey, that landing was almost perfect. So I guess now it's time to EVA. Though probably EVAing on this planet would be quite dangerous, but this is a Kerbal Space Program where probably the Kerbals probably have and maybe they brought heat-resistant suits with them to protect them. Maybe see if we can't get like a thumbnail worthy screenshot here. Well, I think this view is pretty good. Okay, I think that's gonna be our video thumbnail right there, unless I get a vantage view that's even more crazy than this. I think after this, I want to try go for one of the areas right next to the lava, which I think those actually look a bit cooler than where we're at right now. Okay, it seems like these ladders kind of don't quite work the way they're supposed to. Like you always likes to climb up backwards going up this one for some reason. Okay, go grab that ladder. There we go. Oh yeah, this is the IVA view with this landing pod. And I also played around a bit with the external cameras. I actually put one on this lander. Maybe I'll show it during the next landing. And if you want to pause to read the science definitions, feel free to do so. Oh, it's probably only going to do one round of science from the surface because we're really at the point where we have our entire tech tree unlocked, and really I think the only thing we need science for at this point is antimatter. So now we can actually deploy our mining drills and our radiators so we can actually refuel our lander here on the surface. Normally I would just edit those edit this out, me actually doing mining, but like usually because of like if the stars actually like if the planet is actually rotating in relation to the star, it just kind of it just makes this strobing light kind of effect like when you're going in time warp, which is why I usually edit that out. But in this case, this planet is tidally locked, so it's actually it is not rotating in relation to Alrac A. I think maybe this time, like I said, I'd like to go on these areas that are closer to the lava for our next landing. I don't think we really have to go that far to achieve that. Yeah, I think we should leave those extended. And we want to be going south. Maybe like southeast. Oh, this is the kind of in-cockpit view. Though unfortunately, it looks like the whole, like the surface glowing kind of effect on Anneheg is a bit glitchy. I don't know why. Like it does that flickering. But I've reinstalled I've tried just an install of Cablo on a Queen an otherwise Queen instance with nothing else installed, and it's still got this flickering effect. So I don't know what's causing that. Oh crap, I think I throttled up too late. Yeah. Darn it. Oh, I guess we'll attempt that again. Might be getting a little greedy here, but kind of want to go almost to the edge of the lava, probably over there. I don't know, maybe in here would be cool. Well, we've landed, but we're kind of precariously balanced teetering on that rock, which I don't like. Hey, that's a little better. Okay, I guess I'm gonna call this successful. That's enough, risking our lives for now. And now I'm going to refuel again. Yeah, I apologize for this all this flickering here, but there's not really much I can do about that, at least to my knowledge. I'm thinking maybe it might be cool to go, over to here where this crater is. And then maybe on like maybe on this side of the planet. So I guess I'm gonna speed up, like, I'm gonna probably time warp or fast forward through that, so just to kind of, for the sake of making this video a reasonable length. Wow. I really don't like how close we cut our fuel with this landing. Yeah, it's really actually proving to be really difficult. Well, to do these, like, to actually, like, go from one, like, fly from one part of this planet to another. Because, like, when I'm, actually, I've kind of gotten into the habit, like, for my landings, just click the retrograde, thing, the button, and then just, like, let the SAS basically handle all of the landing for me, but like, but the gravity here is like high enough that it's like once you lower your horizontal speed to a certain amount, it actually the gravity starts to increase your vertical speed as you're reducing horizontal speed, and so you kind of have to actually tip down like a certain amount, or at least you're keeping the vertical speed at least somewhat constant while reducing horizontal speed. Which actually makes these landings quite a bit more difficult than Minmus, doing it on Minmus or the Moon, for example, the Mun, for example. Yeah, because this planet, I believe, has as much gravity as a slate in the Sarna system. Yeah, I've landed here, but I want to make it over to like the middle of the crater if I can. Yeah, it's like if I were to go fully like horizontal, like look at my prograde, it's already dipping below the like the orange, which means I'm going down. And I really want to go up. Yeah, the surface textures while I'm actually moving kind of look trippy. Yeah, I don't think we... Yeah, it seems like these science definitions are kind of the same. This also might be thumbnail worthy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go to the surface again, at least for this landing, because the ladders are just very buggy, like they don't like to work as intended. Oh, and by the way, when I set the collision level for parallax continued, it didn't seem to save the setting. Unless I should have quick saved my game or something like that, or like it didn't actually save the setting that I set, so it's like we're still playing on collision level 2. Which kind of hasn't been a problem so far for my landings, though. I've had a couple of landings where I've landed like with only like my two of my landing legs, like say like on 2 rocks like that, and kind of my lander just kind of precariously teetering on top of them. But so far, well, I think, well, I've had to redo a few landings, though mostly due to running out of fuel. Just because I'm not used to like like having a lander like that doesn't have a lot of thrust to weight ratio, that does like that can't accelerate and decelerate very quickly. think I wanna maybe try get to this side of the planet. And then I don't know, maybe we'll get to land on either the Midlands or the Highlands, and then from there I'm going to re-rendezvous with my mothership and then call this episode done. I mean, the only reason I'm doing that kind of like all these different landings is because this planet really looks quite beautiful with all the, like with the parallax and the new surface texture that also is kind of glowing red when the closer you are to the lava flakes. And this side of the planet actually looks quite a bit different from the other side with all the lava, because you can see kind of the rock and lava texture kind of ends here, and it's just kind of like the black stone kind of texture. We're not gonna have enough fuel to land. I need to redo this. I really hope we can find a flat surface to land on. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna refuel from here and then maybe try to hop over to like there. This looks a lot more flat. I think we'll do one last EVA and screenshot here, and then we'll call this part of the mission, done. And I don't know, I might make this its own episode, and then the return home its own episode. That's also a screenshot worthy view there. Okay, our mission on the surface of Anneheg is finally finished. So let's actually take off for the last time. And retract those, because we don't need them anymore. This is like the third time I'm actually doing this takeoff, because I've had to... So I've ran into that stupid, like, landing state bug, and I've, actually had to switch to another craft to actually clear that. Just going into the tracking station and back to this ship didn't fix that. I was getting ready to have to use set position to get out of it, but looks like I don't have to do that, thankfully. Okay, we are now back in orbit. Now just to get an encounter with our mothership. And we're not actually going to dock the lander, we're just going to have our... Guess we'll just have our Kerbal spacewalk over. Because we don't really intend to bring the lander home with us, as it'll just be extra weight that we don't need to be carrying home with us. Okay, as for the interest of time, more than anything else, I'm going to... I guess I'll end this episode off here, and next episode we're going to be returning home. And if you liked what you saw, remember to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to see my next KSP videos, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And peace out. Bye.